everyone, today I'll bring this brand new series just dropped on Netflix called Viral Hit, and this series it is from Japan, and this series has 6 episodes, and it tells the story about we see this underdog student in high school, and we see like his mom is really terminal sick, like she's at hospital, and this boy he really living under the poverty. But at school we see this bully boy, he's always picking on him and everything. And in this series, we see he takes this job in this restaurant where he meet this girl he likes. And then at his school, I guess he was doing this bit with this bully gang we see. And one of them, when was hitting him in this series, starts with the other one. Basically, his live streams it, him getting beat up by the bully, and that live stream become hit. After he become online hit, he finds a way to get punched from this bully, and the series centers around that idea, like when he become this internet hit on the streaming service, like how he can take more punch, like takes longer. That is what he tried to research, and that is what this show is about. I must say, watching this show honestly did make me feel very uncomfortable at a time, because this boy, he seems like a really nice guy. He's taking just punch like this on his face, like they're really punching him down like a lot. Like, how is he not dead? You have to wonder to your mind, and every time he get beat up here, it was making me feel so uncomfortable. I was just like, wow, this is really, really horrible. And same time, this thing is happening to him, you know what I mean? Same time, it is also entertaining because he's getting all this beat up, and like this boy, like who is the blonde, he's trying to help him do the streaming service and everything. The way this series was done is definitely still is very entertaining, right? Like, it's just like, I feel like this kind of show, it can be very harsh watching it, like seeing him get beat up like this, honestly made me feel really, really bad for him. However, I did like all his scene, like when he was with his mom, and like the girl he was seeing in the restaurant, like he was working with her, and I did like all the scene he has with that boy. He was trying to help him become more famous, and he's trying to get pay online, right? Who doesn't do that? Like to do that, right? So this show's idea, yes, it is very, I would say it's a couple of years old, because I guess this series, it is based on this Korean drama. Searching for it, and I saw that. So it's not a brand new idea, I guess. So I feel like overall the show still was quite interesting, but I do still have to point out that some scene this show really takes audience out of the scene when he gets beat up too much. And some of the scene, it is very brutally done, that it was really hard for me to believe this was happening, and no one was helping him like out, right? Like, not just him, the other boy, he also got beat up like crazy in this series. And I was just like watching it, like, how nobody stops it, right? Or how is he going to see his mom? She doesn't see it, like he's getting beat up. Although he eventually learned, right, how to punch back or something. I think first couple of episodes, or the first 3 episodes, is really hard to get through. But I guess once he learned how to take the punch and everything, it was very tolerable level, I will say. Still, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable. So what I like in this show is actually all the characters are very likable, especially the lead center actor. He really is very likable, and his character is also very likable. I feel like he has this backstory. He's trying to earn some extra money for his mom's hospital bill. It made him very, like, you feel sympathy for him. Also, I liked his chemistry with the girl. I thought they had good chemistry with each other. However, the guy who is the main bully here in this show, man, he looks so old in this, and he looks so ugly. This guy, he really looks ugly. I don't know how old is he. He looks really old. Every time he was on his screen, I was just like, how many times he has failed grade 12, that he looks really old. And some of the other actor in the show, they really look a little bit older than you imagine. So recently there was one show on on Netflix from Korea. It's called the Lesson You Teach. That series is also dealing with the bully, and I guess that series, I will say, it is a little different than this one. This one is like for audience, there's no breathing room. Like this first couple of episodes is very brutal. Like he's getting punched a lot. As the audience, you are like, because also it feels very exaggerated. I feel like it is like this show actually, like it took very realistic approach. Like it has very real feel to it, which can turn off some audience, like, because often I have to point out the Japanese series versus the Korean series. The Korean series, they like, although it is over the top, they're getting beat up and everything, but still they balance it with some cheesy scene, right? This one is very real tone, basically. As the audience, it also makes you wonder, whoa, this is too much happening. I cannot believe it. So it does put audience into that situation. So is it real or is too much happening? It makes you feel fake. That is what happened in this show, I will say. Although overall, it is very well-made show. And I like that it's only 6 episodes. And the way character development and the acting is really good, that I personally still did like this show. I just have to point out some of the stuff here is really hard to sit through for me personally. Although these actors, they do look very old. Beside the lead actor, he looked okay, I would say, but the rest of them did look old to me. And overall, I thought it's hard to sit through. That is what I have to say about this show. Although I still liked it a lot, and that's my thought on this show. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this series? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Till I see you next time. Please take care.